Most people will spend all of 2026 doing the same thing they were doing in 2025 that kept them unprofitable. So today, down a few things in my notebook, and it's just a few things I wanted to go over. Simple stuff, but 8 specific things that I think a lot of beginner traders and people need to hear in general, okay? Number one is write your goals down. I think having a clear vision of your goals is going to help you a lot, okay? A lot of people, they don't actually write their goals down. They don't even really have a specific goal. They just think, oh, I want to make a bunch of money. That's it, right? You need to have long-term and short-term goals, okay? So let's say a short-term goal in that month, right? Oh, I want to make $3,000 this month from trading. Long-term goal in, let's say, 5 years, I want to be able to hit $1 million, or I just want to be consistently profitable where I can quit my job, that sort of stuff, right? You need to have short-term and medium-term goals. Like for a short-term goal, you could be like, oh, I want to have 10 green days this month, right? Or I want to follow my plan way more than I did last month, right? Those are short-term goals. And then long-term goals are going to be 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 years, whatever it may be. But you need to have a clear vision on your goals to know where you're going. I always have my goals written in plenty of places. Like right now, I don't have them written on the whiteboard up there, but normally I'll have them written on the whiteboard. I have them in my book, or I have them on my lock screen on my phone. I always like to be visualizing my goals and having a reminder every single day of what I'm striving for. Number two, learn one strategy and master it. A lot of traders, man, are jumping from strategy to strategy, and they never give themselves enough time to actually master a strategy. How do you expect to become profitable if you're only trading a strategy for 1 month and then you're hopping to another strategy, right? The traders are trying to find that best thing, right? That best 100% win rate strategy, and it's not out there, right? There's plenty of amazing strategies. You just have to find the one that clicks best for you and stick with it and master it. For me, I use supply and demand, and this has been the strategy I've been using for over 2 years now. It's taken me from an unprofitable to a profitable trader. I trade full time. This strategy is so accurate. Even the students and the members in my group are seeing results like crazy. But I'm not going to go hop from another strategy, right? Let's say if I have a 1 or 2 week losing streak, I'm not going to sit here and be like, this strategy doesn't work anymore. I got to go try fair value gaps or something like that. No, I know this works. I'm sticking with it. I'm confident in myself, confident in my strategy, and the members in the group are learning that this is a very accurate strategy. Some of them already know that. There is no reason for them to switch to another strategy if they click well with this one. Mastering it though, you have to master it, and it's going to take time. You're not going to master a strategy, let's say in 2 weeks, a month, whatever. It's going to take time to build that confidence with the strategy, right? You have to see it execute over and over and over again to really build that confidence in the strategy. And when you build the confidence in the strategy, that's really when you're going to start seeing better results for sure. Number 3, journal everything. Remember I just said I journal my goals, but when it comes to trading, you need to literally journal everything. Your winning days, your losing days, your no trade days, your win rate, whatever it may be, you need to journal it. Your emotions before you enter the trade, your emotions while in the trade, and your emotions after the trade. There's so many things to journal when it comes to trading. You are just keeping track of every single moment in your journey, right? Before you take your trade, are you feeling confident in the setup, or are you very hesitant? That's something you need to keep track of. While you're in the trade, are you anxious? Are you very confident? Are you scared and you keep moving your stop loss? Whatever it may be, you need to journal that stuff. That is going to show you, and it's just collecting a bunch of data, but it's going to show you the progress you are making and the progress you need to make if you're not progress, right? So let's say on January 1st, I wrote down in my journal, I was in the green, but I kept getting scared. So I cut my winner at like 3 points when my normal take profit's 25 points, right? Because you were scared that it was going to flip. So you just secured 3 points worth of profit instead of trusting your strategy and letting it run. And then it's March 15th and I look back And in my journal, I'm writing, I let my trade run for a full 1-to-1, or I let my trade run to a full 1-to-2. There, you can see you're already making progress with your risk management and you're managing your trades better. When it comes to journaling everything, you can see, okay, Monday, for the past 3 months, Mondays, we've lost more than we've won, right? So Mondays are not my best day. Wednesdays, we've won 85% of the time. Wednesdays are my best day. Fridays, we don't place trades a lot of times, so Friday's a no trade day for me most of the time, right? You gather all that data so you kind of know going into the market, okay, Monday, statistically is not my best day. Fridays are statistically no trade days. You already know that, so you know, okay, I'm coming into the market with a more clear mind. I kind of already can plan stuff. But my next thing is only take high probability setups. We show up every single day, okay? And I will only place a trade if it's a high probability setup. I am not going to place a trade if it doesn't make sense to, right? I'm risking my capital to make money. I'm not risking my capital just to gamble or hopes, whatever. I have to have a high probability setup in order to risk my money. For me, my strategy, I need minimum 2 time frames, which is 2 levels of supply or 2 levels of demand and confluence. Price action needs to be looking good, stuff like that, right? I'm not going to go take a setup that only has 1 time frame, 1 level of demand and confluence, and price action's looking horrible just to be like, oh, I placed a trade today. No, that is not how you become a profitable trader. High probability setups are going to come and go, right? You're going to miss some and you're going to be able to take some. But I'm telling you guys, if you only take high probability setups, you're going to see better results. You're going to see better results. You're risking your capital to make money. So why would you risk your capital on something that's not more likely to go in your favor? It doesn't make sense whatsoever. And I see a lot of traders, they make that mistake because they want to place a trade every single day to feel like a trader. They think if they show up, they look at the market for 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever, and they don't place a trade, that they just wasted their whole, 1-2 hours. That's not the case whatsoever. If you're gathering data and you're looking at the market, you're showing up every single day, you're not wasting your time. A no trade day is better than a red day. So show up every single day, and if the high probability setup's not there, then don't take a trade. It's as simple as that. The next thing, stop placing so many trades. Less is more. Less is more. That kind of ties into number 4, which is take high probability setups. Don't just take any trade you see, right? Take the high probability setups, because you are going to realize less is more when it comes to trading. Less trades, if you're taking only high probability setups and you're going to be taking less trades at that point, you're going to realize you're making more money by placing less trades but higher probability setups compared to if you were placing just trades whenever, right? I can place 3 trades in a week, and I bet I can probably make more than if I were to place 10 trades in a week, right? Because those 3 trades are higher probability setups. I've realized less is more. I only need to place 1 trade in a day if I do find a setup, right? Because when I place a trade, if it's a win, I do not want to give any of my profits back to the market. And if it's a loss, I'm not giving any profits up, right? The wins, I want to keep the profits, right? I don't want to give any of those profits back. And if I lose, I don't want to lose any more. I have a certain limit that I reach, and that's it. That's why I do not place really more than 1 trade in a day when I do place a trade. So you're going to realize with less trades and higher probability setups, you're going to make more compared to if it was more trades and low probability setups. So keep that in mind. The next one, cut your watch list down. You do not need to be watching 5, 10, 15, 20 things in a single day, right? I look at NQ and I look at YM, Dow, every single day, right? I don't look at anything else. I don't look at ES and I don't look at gold. I only look at NQ and YM. Why? Because I only need 2 things really to have opportunities. Now I could get away with probably just NQ, but if NQ is not giving me an opportunity, Dow might. If Dow's not giving me an opportunity, NQ might. Some days we might not have an opportunity on both, but I'm not going to go look at another thing, right? 2 is plenty. You don't want to overwhelm yourself looking at too many things. Look at 1 to 2 things max, master how those move and stuff, and just stick with those. Do not look at too many things. I'm telling you guys, cut your watch list down and focus on 1 to 2 things. Me, like I said, NQ and YM are my go-to. If you trade futures, start focusing on NQ and YM, or focus on YM and ES, or focus on gold and NQ, whatever it may be, right? Just cut your watch list down, and that kind of ties into the less is more. You don't need that many things. You don't need to be watching all that stuff. 1 to 2 things is all you need. Less is more is good when it comes to your setups and your trades. Less is more when it comes to your watch list. This one, risk reasonably. You do not need to be going for anything under a 1-to-1 in my opinion. Now, a lot of people are going to hate 1-to-1s as well. I personally like 1-to-1s. I made plenty of money just catching 1-to-1s, and they work. But when it comes to risk reasonably, what you need to do is have a certain amount of money you want to risk per trade. If your account is $2,000, right? And you want to actually manage risk correctly, not over leverage or anything like that, and you want to be good at this long term, right? Why would you risk, let's say, 2,000 in one trade if you actually want to do this long term? I'm not saying if you just want to pass your challenge account, whatever. I'm saying if you're on a fund account or personal account, you need to risk reasonably. If your max drawdown's 2,000, you do not need to be risking 2,000 per trade. If you want to play it safe, I say risk between $250 to $500. If you're risking $500 per trade, you would need 4 losing trades in a row to blow your account. That is not bad whatsoever. 4 losing trades, that gives you a good amount of risk, right? So if your max drawdown's 2,000, risk between 250 to 500, and I think you're chilling. Use that same type of equation for whatever size accounts you guys have, but don't be one of those people that over leverage like crazy because they want to make a crazy amount of money as fast as they can, right? Risk reasonably, and slow wins are good, okay? You have to realize slow wins are good, especially low wins, right? You can slowly win, and that's gonna be good for your account. You're slowly building it. And if you're risking a comfortable amount, $200 to $50, $500, whatever on a 50K account, you have enough trades to where if I go on a losing streak, I might be okay, right? Compared to if you're risking 2,000 and your max drawdown's 2,000, you just blew your account in one trade. But when it comes to risking reasonably, right? Remember when I said journal everything and we were talking about emotions and stuff like that? If you have a amount that you're comfortable with risking to where if you lose, it's not going to ruin your account or anything like that, you're going to manage the trade even better. Your emotions are going to be better because you're not going to be scared, oh, if this goes to stop loss, I just blew my account. That's what's going to make you make stupid decisions while trading. You want to have a comfortable amount to where even if it goes to stop loss, it's not affecting your account that much. Even if it goes to a W, cool, you made some money, right? But you weren't risking a crazy amount and possibly risk blowing the account. So that's why risking reasonably is key when it comes to trading. You need good risk management. You do not want to be one of those people that have poor risk management. They're risking $500, but they're taking profit at $50, right? That doesn't make sense. It does happen, but that's how the game goes. A lot of beginner traders make mistakes. I've been there. Trust me, I'm speaking about this stuff because I've had these issues with all of them, right? Now, number 8, which is the last one, treat trading like a business. Keep track of everything. Keep track how much you're spending on challenge accounts. Keep track of your payouts. And then that's kind of going to tie into journal everything, where you want to keep track of your trades, your winning days, your losing days, your win rate, everything like that, because all this data is what's going to help you become a better trader. You need this data in order to become better. Now, a lot of people are going to not become profitable because they're not treating trading like a business. They don't take it serious enough. I take trading so serious. That's why I don't place a trade every single day if my setup's not there. I'm here to make money long term. I'm not here or just put on a show. I'm genuinely here to make money, and I'm here and I open the group for my students to actually learn a proven profitable system and make money long term. It's not just a show I'm putting on every single day just to get views or anything. I'm here to make money, and I want my students to make money long term as well. So you treat trading like a business, you actually take it serious, you grind it day in and day out, you make sure you gather a bunch of data, you get your chart time in, you back test, you forward test, and you learn any possible thing you can when it comes to trading. Now, that doesn't mean go ahead and bounce from strategy to strategy. That means you need to learn one strategy, master it, and then you're going to know if you master it by journaling, and you're going to see all that data. Okay, my win rate's 75%. I've been profitable for the last 6 months. Month over month has been a W month for me. Why am I becoming profitable? Because I'm only taking high probability setups with the one strategy I mastered. And when I'm only taking high probability setups, I'm still showing up every single day. But if my high probability setup's not there, then I am not taking a trade, and I only place trades when my high probability setup presents itself, because less is more, and I know I need to take less trades but on high probability setups. And I'm only doing this because I'm cutting my watch list down, so I'm only looking at 1 to 2 things, and when the high probability setup presents itself on the 1 or 2 things I'm watching, that's when I place the trade. And I'm having good risk management to where even if I lose on a high probability setup, it's not affecting my account, and when I win, I am slowly building the account up. Notice how it all ties in together. You treat trading like a business, you write your goals down. Write your goals down, treat trading like a business, then you know, okay, I'm gonna hit this goal by Q3. It's gonna take me, it took me 2 months to get my first payout, that sort of stuff, right? But I just wanted to write this stuff down and go over it with you guys. This was a raw video, so I've probably messed up with speaking because I'm not the best speaker, to be honest with you. But hey, I'm working on it, and I feel like the raw type of videos are cool, fully transparent and stuff like that. But guys, if you want to trade live with me, because I know trading can get lonely if you don't have a community, if you want to trade live with me, click the link in the description or click the link in the bio where it says trade live with me, and you can trade live with me Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, have access to the weekend educational call on Saturday, and have access to the market breakdown call on Sunday. Now, if you wanted to take your trading to the next level, you can also apply to my one-on-one mentorship, where it's just me and you. I help you build a risk management plan. I help you master the strategy. And then it's just 2 calls a week where we're dialing in on stuff to make you a better trader. And that also comes with premium access, so you never have to pay to trade live with me again. All right, guys, like I said, this was just a raw video. Everyone, make sure you tune in to the next video. And if you have any comments, like any questions, leave a comment down below. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Peace out.